Hey guys, and welcome to this week's Specky video, where we're gonna have a look at another arcade conversion, Battlezone, published by Quicksilva in 1984. And the only ad I could find for this one is a multi-ad featuring several other Quicksilva games, but Battlezone is the primary one, it would seem. And this was very common back in the early days of gaming. And speaking of the ad, the artwork for the game, which is also used on the cover, has been created by Chris Kenyon, a really talented artist that did quite a few Atari covers back in the day, and he's also made the Asteroids cover art for the Atari 2600. An amazing looking piece of art. And the game was created by a Bill Witz, a UK developer, and it seems like this is the only Spectrum game he ever worked on. And according to Moby Games, it doesn't seem like he worked on any other games at all. And we had a look at the Atari SD version of Battlezone a couple of weeks ago, and that version wasn't running particularly well. Far worse than it should, and apparently, according to the person who fixed the game, his name is Clapausius, and pretty sure I butchered the pronunciation there, so sorry. And he fixes old SD games so they can be hard drive installable, and also fixes bugs and compatibility issues. And when he disassembled the game, he discovered that the game was actually running an emulator, emulating a 6502 CPU. Because the 6502 is indeed the CPU that the arcade game uses. So I'm pretty sure that explains why that version runs pretty badly, so I'm curious about the Spectrum version. And the arcade game was of course created by Atari, and I think it was primarily designed by Ed Rodberg, who was also involved with the coding. And it's a classic arcade game from 1980 that was very popular in the arcade, I think much thanks to the dual controls. You had two joysticks, so you could control the speed of each of the two tracks on the tank. And I am pretty curious to see how the Spectrum version fares, so let's just dive in. And there's not really a loading screen for this one, just some text. But we do get a really nice Quicksilva logo. And I think the game is already running better than the SD version. Battlezone, yeah, by Bill Witz. Ah, here we are. Press S to start, and I do believe we can use a Kempston joystick without having to select it. So let's just get busy murdering tanks. Okay, I missed. Oh yeah, we have the same kind of target lock thing. Ah, there we go. Yeah, this looks really nice, I must say, and runs again better than the SD version for sure. And we have the volcano. Only bummer is that it's not being animated, so that's a shame. But yeah, this runs really well. Oh, did he fire? I didn't even see that, but I think you can see that on the radar if they fire. The one thing that is a little bit confusing though is that you can't really see if you're moving backwards or forwards. There's no objects, you know, like buildings. Oh, hello there. We have a flying saucer. So it's really hard to get an appreciation of your movement speed and where you're going. Can I please kill that thing? Okay, maybe not. Well, maybe we should deal with the tank. Here's a building or something. But you can see you move rather slowly. And sometimes it doesn't feel like you're backing away because you can't really, there's nothing there to tell you where you're going. But otherwise, this looks and runs really well. For a bit there, I thought that, oh dear, that I was just, okay, let's try and dodge that. Ah, gotcha. No, there's another projectile. Oh, really? I was backing away there, but it seems like you're moving so slowly. Yeah, for a bit it seemed like it was just the mountains that were scrolling and I wasn't moving at all. And this is... oh, gotcha, finally. Okay, I'm coming for you, or maybe not. He disappeared. Enemy in range. Enemy to the left. Yeah, there's not many buildings in the game. Very far and few between. And another little bit of an annoyance, please. don't murder me, is that my projectiles are taking forever to, they fly so far, and I have to wait till they are kind of out of range until I can fire again, and that's a little bit frustrating. I have reached one of today's highest scores. Well, that's nice. Another little bit of an annoying thing is that you can't skip these animations. You have to wait for them to finish before you can start the game. Or maybe I can press S, by the way. Yeah, maybe I can. Yep. Let's hunt some more tanks. So yeah, this is a very respectable version of Battlezone, I have to say, but I think the game is at its best as an arcade game, simply because you do have the dual joysticks. That made it a lot more fun. Here I don't think you can play this with dual track control, so to speak. So this makes it a little bit less fun, I would say, even though it is a solid version of Battlezone. I even like how things explode here. I can see people getting a little bit tired of this. It's a bit repetitive. Okay, not sure what I should have done there, but there's my buddy, the flying saucer. Gotcha! An enemy to the rear. That's not good. Why is this guy not... Oh, here we go. I'm getting closer. So at this point in time, this game was kind of old in the arcades. Oh, what am I supposed to do there? Was kind of old, so I'm not sure how popular it would have been if they had expanded upon the idea, and added some stuff. I think Real-Time Software, that's the missile, did a similar game, kind of a clone game, only with some expanded ideas, and they've added stuff. I think that's probably going to be more interesting than this. Going to have a look at it at some point. And it's also supposed to run rather well. And they also made 3D Star Strike, which was an amazing 3D game, kind of a Star Wars clone. Okay, this is not going to be good. Okay, this is going to be bad. Not sure what to do there because I can't quite turn around quick enough before that guy gets me. Maybe I'm missing something. And you can indeed press S to start the game immediately, so that's good. Oh, how did that hit? Yeah, that was not accurate. Also, the turrets on the tanks are pretty puny. They're like 1 pixel thick. Not exactly high caliber rounds. Take it. Oh, you clever person. You dodged. Oh, okay. Again, not sure how that hit, but hey, I'm not going to complain. Sometimes they're spawning so close to you, and now it's this guy. What happened to the UFO and all that stuff? But let's blast the missile. Maybe I should back away a bit. Okay, I think he's firing. I'm not sure if I can see the projectiles. I don't think I can. No, I can't. Fire, 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 fire. No, 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 no. Okay. There's another wonky missile. Oh, that's bad. Let's back away. Oh, it missed me somehow. Is it a homing one? I don't think it's going to come back, right? Let's hope not. How about that? Ah, that's more like it. More missiles, please. No, 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 no. Maybe we can avoid it. Yep. They're all over the shop. No, no, no. Okay, I somehow hit that. I have no idea how that happened. Complete luck. Accident. I don't know. Take that. No, no, no. Quit being so confusing. I'm going to be backing away a bit. Please, please. Okay, okay. That was a little bit too close. Yeah, I wish the projectiles would go a little bit faster, because it is hard hitting these things. Boom. I think it's no, it's not game over. And I fired by mistake. I thought it was game over. No. Come on, come on. Make up your mind wherever you want to go. No, that's not good. Nice touch with the blood there. Yeah, not a bad version of Battlezone for the Spectrum. I gotta say, it ran really well. Better than the Atari ST version, which is a bit sad. But again, at this point in time, this game was getting a bit old gameplay-wise. I wish they would have expanded upon it, as I said, and made it a little bit more interesting, added some stuff. But anyway, let's head over to the review section before we end, shall we? Crash awarded the game an overall of 74%, and they wrote, "It's a good version, but there are already good versions available. I feel all Battlezone fans will have already got a good version of this, and as this is no better, there is hardly any need to get it. On the other hand, if you haven't got one yet, then you couldn't go far wrong here. I found this version to be rather playable." And one of the other reviewers wrote, "As a game on its own merits, it is a good one. The game also builds up nicely with the first few tanks being easy to hit, but they get cleverer and nastier as time goes by. The graphics are neat, if uninteresting looking, and they move smoothly enough, though not always fast enough for my taste. Yes, it's a good version, but its official stamp from Atari doesn't do anything special for it." And Sinclair User actually had a double feature reviewing both Battlezone and 3D Tank Duel on the Spectrum. And 3D Tank Duel was of course the game I was talking about earlier, that was developed by Real-Time Software. And John Gilbert wrote, "While no better than Battlezone, the Real-Time Software 3D Tank Duel does have a colored landscape, the former being only green and black. The standard of graphics is slightly better than the Quicksilva version, and the action is smoother, but the tanks, spaceships and flying saucers move faster than your gun sights, which will cause a problem if you are lucky enough not to have played the game before. Neither of these games have much to recommend them, except that you do not have to pay 50 pence a time to play in an arcade. If you are after classic original arcade simulations, then both games are a good buy. If you want excitement from your computer, then just pass them by." And I can see the points they are making here being valid. This is of course a little bit of personal taste, what you're after. The game does get a bit repetitive and there's not a whole lot to it, but if you loved Battlezone in the arcade, then maybe you would have loved a home version too. But regardless, a solid conversion, and at some point I will have a look at 3D Tank Duel as well. So, hope you enjoyed, thanks for watching and all that stuff, and as always, hope to catch you next time. Cheers!
Thank you.